This week, Drew and I are out campaigning. We're hitting the campaign trail for the sticks that we enjoy frequently and we we'll enjoy them. So we're hitting the campaign trail. We're out there. Stogie Geeks. If you follow Drew on social media, me on social media, or Stogie Geeks over on Facebook or Twitter, we encourage you to get out there and vote the sticks of the choices that are there, that are in. Make sure you vote. You have 6 days to get your ballots in. It's the official Stogie Geeks 346 ballot there. If you are listening to this and you need email, then email me and Drew, and we'll send you the link that way it'll give you everything you need. Next show, we're going to review the results. We're going to talk about it. So who will win? What are the sticks? Stogie Geeks, episode 346. Wow, that rhymes. Starts right now.
This is a Security Weekly production. Broadcasting live from G-Unit Studios in Rhode Island, it's the show where cigars burn slow, ashes fall fast, and cocktails flow steady. It's the Stogie Geek Show. Welcome, everyone, to the Stogie Geek Show. Joe and I are already silly.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Hosempa, a.k.a. Joe Hollywood, is here with me in studio.
I'm fired up. So we also have remote Drew, who is remote over in Texas. Look at you. You got some Stogie Geek swag going on in the background.
Got my banner.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm all set up for the Stogie Geek mobile lounge.
Havana Cigar Club, located in Warwick, Rhode Island, is a great place to enjoy a drink and a cigar. Stogie Geeks listeners can find a $5 off coupon on our website by clicking the HCC logo.
Plasencia Cigars, perfected for more than 150 years. Yours to enjoy now.
Stogie Geeks, welcome to episode 346. I am your host, Joe Hosempa. Privilege and an honor to be here. I am joined. Oh, yeah, that wine is good. Woo-wee, this is good stuff. I am joined remotely by my co-host, the little dark-haired kid from Texas, Mr. Drew Galvin. What's up?
It's voting season, my friends.
It is.
It's time to vote, or we have voted already.
Kind of.
I even got my stylist from my voting on Tuesday.
Look at you.
But,
they give away styluses over there in Texas?
Yeah, look at this, man. This thing is pretty awesome, man. Yeah.
All I got is a sticker, and I popped it in on my laptop, and there you go. This way, because when I go to a cigar shop, I'm usually doing some sort of computer work anyway. And when people start talk politics, I'm like, do you have a sticker? Oh, you do? Okay, then we can talk. You don't? Oh, then we can't talk. There you go. Bottom line.
There you go. So that with a lot of exciting news as far as the all the COVID stuff and, just the anticipation, waiting for the decision. But we, on the other hand, are going to have a decision regarding cigars that you and I both have picked out for our viewers and listeners to vote on.
Right.
And we'll tell you the votes, and we'll give a decision next Friday.
Yeah, we'll tally.
I'm excited.
We'll tally up the votes. Hopefully, it'll be quicker. Right? I don't know. This is the type of season, right? Has nothing to do with the election season. This November, December is like a blur, right? Like I'm looking at the show schedule, right? And we have like freaking 5 episodes left of the year, and I'm like, whoa! One of those episodes just to get your mind going in, Stogie Geek, so that you tune in. We're going to be doing our predictions for 2021, which cigar companies that we are excited about and want to look out for there as well. We could do a bold prediction on some stuff as well. You and I will talk offline and prepare that. So we got a couple of end of the year specials that I've been doing annually here as the host of Stogie Geek. So I want to continue that. I always like to go back and check, if I was even remotely close or not. And, If I was in college, I'd be having a good grade point average. So I like to think that we know what we're doing here on Stogie Geeks. But Stogie Geeks, I want to give you the lay of the land of how this works out. Okay, so if you go to StogieGeeks.com/346, that's today's episode. There's a link there to vote. If you go to Drew's Facebook or Twitter, there's a link there to vote. If you go to my Facebook or Twitter, there's a link there to vote. If you go to Stogie Geeks Facebook or Twitter, there's a link there to vote. So you can't miss the vote. Okay, so it says Stogie Geeks episode 346 official ballot. You can go there, and there are 4 sticks to choose from. Today, Drew and myself are going to candidate for our candidates for the sticks. And Stogie Geeks, you get to go there and vote on that, and then we'll have the election. Drew, you ready to go? You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Kick it off first, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Now, the ballot order, I'm a political science major, right? I have a degree in political science economics, right? And it's like it's very important on the ballot order of how you put these sticks there, right? And so on the ballot, I switched up instead of your two, my two, it's gonna go Drew me, right? So that's the way that goes as far as the sticks. You'll notice that as we go through this episode of which sticks that we were kind of campaigning for. And this stick here kind of came to me. It came quick to me, right? I am starting to become a fan of the brand, okay? And I'm talking about Foundation Cigars, right?
Yeah.
The Foundation Cigar Company. The stick that I want to put on the ballot is the Foundation Goliath Perfecto. That is a stick there. Obviously, it's pretty new to the market, very new to the market, extremely new to the market. But this cigar, I am such a fan of this cigar, and I'm such a fan of the progression of where this cigar has in its repertoire as far as other sticks from Foundation Cigar. Super cool. The size is not really like my ballpark, but I mean, I'm talking flavor for days you will get from this cigar. Okay, this cigar has a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, all right, Mexican San Andreas binder, and filler leaf from Honduras and Nicaragua. I've always love Honduran Nicaraguan blends. I think it balances very well. Connecticut broadleaf is really kind of like really sticking to me as of late there in general. And with this stick, it's a perfecto size. It's a little different, right? You got 58 ring gauge, it's 5x58. But that Connecticut broadleaf is just giving you flavor, and it's unexpected flavor that when you have it, you're like, wow, like I kind of palate was dancing all around, and I became super excited for this cigar. Can't talk about a cigar without, I'm a sucker for marketing as well, right? It's what I do. The label is super cool. I encourage you to throw that thing into Google, check it out. If it's available at your local retailer, go out there and get them. It's part of a series, 2-part series. You have a David and Goliath, right?
Right.
And I'm all for it. All for it. I think that the Stogie Geek listener, if they seek out this stick, they're going to have pleasure and tantalizing senses on their palate. So, I encourage you to vote for one of my candidates. That is the Foundation Cigar Goliath.
Yeah, that cigar right there, man, with that dark Connecticut broadleaf. From what I'm understanding, I haven't yet to have one, but I have had friends in the East Coast and in the Northwest have gotten their hands on some of these, and they're telling me that dark broadleaf is just really putting out a lot of flavor or aromatic, and just really blending in with the Mexican San Andreas binder. So with that, I mean,
speaking of the repertoire, right? Like the Foundation cigar, like that freaking Tabernacle Lancero is amazing.
Yeah.
but that's not on the ballot. But
That's
it'd be
not on
one
the
of his, like, office men, like, you know what I mean? Like maybe I could run for Congress or something like that.
Well, let me talk about my budget-friendly cigar.
Budget friendly?
Budget friendly. Hey, it's something that the blue side likes. La Flor Dominica Airbender. It's a chisel 650 by 54, and it's wrappers Ecuadorian, binder and filler are Dominican Republic. So this cigar here, you know, since it's been out, and this is the second wave for LFD to put this out, and you know, it's really a high complex cigar to begin with, but just understanding that and the beauty that is encased around that Ecuadorian wrapper with their Dominican Republic tobaccos and binder, it's just one cigar that just keeps giving you, you know, a beautiful and gorgeous and just having a absolute, you know, great time with this cigar. Just you just it keeps repeating itself every time I go back to the cigar, and I know other people that have had it would agree with me that it's really a great cigar.
You got the chisel, right?
Yeah, the chisel.
How do you do the chisel? Because there's some people that get pretty rowdy with you can get rowdy with the chisel. But how do you do the chisel? Then I'll tell you my rowdy stories that I've heard of how people chisel the chisel.
It upsets me when people take this chisel and just really abuse it. I mean, they look at it, they don't know what to do with it. They're trying to cut it with a deep V cutter, or they try to take their little pocket knife and try to put a slit in the chisel, and I'm like, no. So what I do is I actually just kind of, you know, put it in my mouth and just kind of get it where it's moistened enough where it gets soft, and then just kind of start just slowly but ever so lightly biting that tip, and kind of just, you know, making a separation there so that I can definitely take a draw out of it. And for me, once I light it, excuse me, my camera's over here. Once I do light it, you know, it dries that area up a little bit for, you know, within, you know, every time I take a draw. So I like to keep it as it was intended to be, as a chisel cigar. Mm-hmm. I don't try to widen it. Some people I see they try to squeeze the tip and they try to bite the tip, and I'm like, no, man, just take it easy. I mean, read the instructions on your cigar wrapper.
There is no instructions on the cigar wrapper.
But the instruction is just, you know, look at it and use common sense. So, no, I know there's no instructions on her, but yeah. Actually, if you listen to some of the videos they have, they kind of tell you how to. They kind of give you an instruction how to approach the chisel. So, other than that, this Dominican binder and long filler tobaccos are aged to perfection. It's got very complex notes of black pepper, sweet spice, you know, coffee and caramel. You definitely get those, and I'll tell you, add this to your collection, and just be one with it. It is, you know, it has been touted, you know, for a top 25 cigars in the world. So, but the attraction and the like I said, consistent balance, and having the same experience go through and through the different cigars you smoke in this LFD Airbender you'll be very happy with it. So I would say vote for the La Flor Dominica Airbender. Go out and try it if you haven't, and I guarantee you'll be emailing me thanking me for this opportunity for this candidate to win. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Cut and dry.
You brought up a good point. What would you say? It was top 25? Top what?
Yeah, top 25.
Oh, so it's got a, what do they call that in politics? A track. It's been vetted.
It's been vetted.
I love it. I'm such an AM radio junkie. I just it's like super blessed to have the opportunity to have my own AM radio show back in the day. And, there was once a business show and then obviously a cigar show and whatnot. And, I absolutely love when people call in and you start going back and forth and all that type stuff. But this is like a time where obviously I'm listening. I listen to AM radio daily, but this is a time let's say people call in and whatnot, and here in Rhode Island, the current Speaker of the House has been outvoted. So now there's a new speaker, and they're like, oh, we gotta vet this guy, and they get all rowdy and stuff like that, and it's just, oh, dude, I love it when some of the old timers get all rowdy and whatnot. So. So I'm gonna get rowdy on you, right? Like with the La Florida Dominicana Airbender, it's a good choice, right? It's a very good choice. I don't want to skew the election and go poo poo on your choices to leverage my candidate, but it is an election, so you can give it if you need to give it back to me on mine. Feel free. It's open forum here on episode 346 of Stogie Geeks, but is this a frequent flyer for you? Like a real frequent flyer for you? Because I judge cigars by when you have days where you can only smoke one cigar. You every second of your day is pressed and whatnot. And the cigars that stick out in my mind for the frequent flyers, the ones where your mouth starts going yeah, I need a cigar. It's cigar time and whatnot. Is that one of the ones that really pops in your head and goes there?
Yes, most definitely. I mean, this for me, it's about relaxation to the max. It is a full body cigar. Mm-hmm. It is. I mean, they tout it on their website as a medium full body, but it's definitely a full body cigar. So, it definitely is something that I would say. 3 times a month, I'm a revisitor of this cigar, and you're right. I mean, it definitely there's a umami effect, I guess.
Yep.
Am I saying that correctly? Yeah.
Yep.
And so this is one of them. I mean, this is one of them that I definitely have a hankering for, I guess, if you want to call it that. When I do get to that time of the week or month where I decide, okay, this is the perfect time for me to get with this cigar, and I'll do this one just with the good clean water and be happy, So just for me, it's just it definitely it hits all the other things I like about other cigars, and the complexity of notes. So yeah. This is one of my go-tos for sure.
Well, one of its competitions.
On a frequent.
One of its competitions would be that Foundation cigar Goliath, the one that I mentioned, right?
Yeah.
And I get that same wow, it's balanced, right? And there's some cigars that really I've said it before. They really stop me in my tracks, and I believe that the Goliath would do that for you as well. Interesting. Switching gears a little bit before we get into the other two. Have you had the HVC Black Market 2020 yet?
I have not. I believe you guys sent that to me, and I still haven't. I haven't got around to those HVCs.
No. You had the ones I sent to you were the 2019s.
Oh, okay.
The last year.
2020?
Yeah.
No, I have
2020s came out here in the Northeast this week.
Ooh.
And I've said it here on Stogie Geeks. The only thing I didn't like about the 2019 Black Friday was the size, and the size is little, and it's super wrapper. It's a little bit longer. It's a heck of a lot thinner, and it's tasty. Now 2019 is a little bit more potent, but 2019 is 2020 is super tasty. Just the reason why I'm bringing it up is just because like that was a strong runner up for the ballot, right? To make the ballot there, but I didn't want to make it a cigar that comes out as an annual and stuff like that. I wanted to go with kind of like frequent cigars that Stogie Geeks would be readily available to. But my message is Havana City Cigars, man. I'm getting to be such a fanboy there too as well. That hot cake is super good they came up with, but that Black Friday, see if you have some. If you can't get some, I'll have to put some in a box and have Nelson ship some to you because it'll get there faster.
So how did you come up with your two? What was your process? Because mine was more like I'll show you what mine was.
Actually, let's talk about the process. And before we get any emails saying, Joe, there might be some misspellings on the ballot, or there might be some things that are all weird on the ballot. Hey, this is an election, right? We can't have it like work. Right? We can't have it work right. We have to have some sort of there. So we don't need those emails. The ballot is official. You get the point of which sticks we're going to talk about. I was taking some letters out, taking some things in. I got some curveballs for this election too coming up. So you definitely want to still listen to this podcast, or maybe there might be some curveballs over the week on social media.
Right. I hardly doubt some people will send us to fact checker.
Oh, bro, no, it's Twitter. It's Twitter. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Following the stock market and all of that stuff. They'll do some fact checker. I'm waiting for them to take the survey down the cigars wrong. Then I'll be like, okay, they're really on their game. You can't have a poll without misrepresentation. If not, then I'll be like, we'll see. But I did try. I mailed my vote in, right, and I did try to go to the town hall and vote, and it didn't work.
It didn't work.
It did not work. So at least I know that my town is doing things the right way. Right. But I actually went. Like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go and just to check it out. Like because and so yeah. So they're like, you voted already. I'm like, oh shoot, thank you. I just want to make sure it's in the system. Oh yeah, Mr. Zepper is good. So we're good. You know what I mean? We're good.
Look at that.
So
I like that.
So one Joe Zepper voted in there. I think I'm I had to do it. Like I had to test it.
There you go.
That's how my brain works. So okay, take the Stogie Geeks listeners to your process, and then we'll get to the other two cigars coming up soon.
Yeah.
How did you come to the conclusion to put these cigars on the official episode 346 ballot?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I as I was shared with you offline, is that I have my one cigar humidor that's my everyday go-to, and so I looked in there and just kind of laid them all out because I had to rotate them anyways, So
it was a rotation week.
No, I just figured, you know what, this would be a perfect time to rotate them. And my wife, the look on my wife's face is like, it's like I can't believe you treat those like there's some really alive deal, like they're alive. I'm like, they are.
But baby, it's organic, all right? It's organic. So, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Yeah. So I have my humidor that has a 3 sections, has 3 sections to it. So
I can't wait for this. I'm actually gonna crack a beer for this. I'm gonna have a beer and a wine for this. This is good.
So I have my like darker wrapper, and I'm not saying that all dark wrappers, are the same. So, and then I have my Connecticut broadleafs, and then on the next one I have pretty much my milds that I would share with friends. So I can immediately tell that my my medium to heavy body cigars were a lot lower in count than the others. So I went through those, and then I went through some of my backup stock, checked those, and just started moving things around. And so, at that very moment, I had a thought in mind. I need to keep a log of, what cigars I smoked and what time of the week or what have you, just what day, basically, just so that way I can go back to my backup stock and fill that one back in to the humidor that I use every day. So anyhow, start with the boring chatter. Here we go. So I looked at the cigars. I looked at the boxes that I had in my back stock, and I started looking at the numbers. And then from there, I started to easily equate, which cigars that I really, really look forward to during the week. And these are budget friendly as well. I mean, these cigars are less than $10. So yeah, and pretty much went through the process of just looking at the bands, because I keep the bands, and just looking through them, kind of figuring which one really mentally drew me to those sticks. So pretty much it.
That was it. Wow. Well. That was all right. All right. So
yeah, I know what you mean. I get it. It's a process.
No, Drew, let me ask you this question. Do you, when you rotate your cigars, are they like quarter turn? Because like, if you had a wine cellar, right? You have a wine cellar, right? Stogie Geeks.
Yes.
Here's a good.
I do.
Here's a good thing. I can't tip this totally upside down, but there's a thumb mark over here, right? This is there, right? So if it's in a wine rack, right? And actually, I don't have a cork on this thing, right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. All right, we dumped the. So if it's in a wine rack and it's in a wine rack, there are dots all around certain bottles of wine, right there, and then this is a thumbprint, right? So what happens is they're all in there, and they actually pay someone to stick the thumb in and then rotate the bottle of wine, whatever, to the dots of a specific time, and that there. So if you're looking for a visual on the bottom and you always wanted to wonder why there's an indentation, so they grab the thumb and then they rotate it, right? Reason why is true. When you rotate your cigars, are you going like a half a turn? You going like quarter turn? Or you going like 100? Almost like 360 degrees. Like, well, what are you doing?
180.
180. And and I have a visual, right? I have a visual. Are they all like the labels are up and down, like organized?
Yes.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes, seriously,
dude, that's crazy.
It's just
that's crazy.
I want to make sure that the humidity, because I got one of those JC Newman. That's my everyday box, the JC Newman humidor, and it's nice. It's a real. It's a nice, and it doesn't break the bank for everyday use. But they come with a nice digital, humidity control system.
Hydrometer.
What? Hydrometer, yes. And so, excuse me. Hydrometer. And so
I can say it, but I don't use it.
Right. So yeah, flip, and I was told by some experts, if you flip them, and I don't know if they're messing with me or not, but whatever. So I digress. I just do it. I just flip them on the front side label or back side label. And I do that once a month. And that's just because a lot of those cellophane wrappers, the humidity can reach the cigar. So I want to make sure that the bottoms are not just, or the top, it's just not being exposed. So they said to rotate them to help keep them in correct humidity.
Are you messing with me right now, or are you okay?
No, seriously.
I'm just asking for a friend,
Yeah, no, seriously.
Wow.
But
so, do you have a timer on your phone, like it beeps?
No,
like a month, every month. Like what was yesterday? 6th. Today's the 6th. What was yesterday? The 5th of the month. you rotate, because I'll call you on December 4th and remind you that in 24 hours you have to rotate your cigars.
No, I just have this. It's a father's intuition. You just kind of run to your humidor and it's time.
Drew, I think the Stogie Geeks would if not the Stogie Geeks, at least me, right? Half of the things I do on this show are like self-entertaining, right? The other half is like self-entertaining. Anyway, right? You have to go Facebook Live when you rotate your next stock.
Yeah, I could do that.
We should do a countdown. Yeah. Like we should do like, all right, in 24 hours, Drew is gonna be on Facebook Live. He's gonna rotate his stock, dude. I'm gonna throw a watch party. and I'm gonna do it. So can we put that in the list of things to do?
I think so. I think it'll be fun. I think I bet you it'll be interactive. I mean, I'm pretty sure there'll be another expert, and he'll probably give us some other nonsense too.
But who are these experts that you're referring to?
Well, these are guys that are my lounge. They're up in their 70s and 80s, and so But no, I mean we do it with our lockers there at the lounge. I mean,
you have rotate. Whoa! Wait a minute.
We have a rotation day. We have a day.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
And you all get together? Well, baby, I can't do that errand with you. It's rotation day.
Yeah, it's rotation day, and it's so we take some whiskeys out and we drink some, and then we go on and do the rotation thing.
Same process for the member box humidor, 180 degrees.
Pretty much 180 degrees. Just take it and twist it. Yeah.
And don't you guys get in each other's way with the elbow room?
Oh no, we got a big. Come on, we got space. You got to adhere to the COVID, especially during this time.
Nah, so you get your mask on because the governors say you have to stand up, and if you if you sit down in your chair, right, you can take off your mask, which I understand because you're smoking. But if you stand up and go to the bathroom or rotate your cigars, you have to wear a mask.
Oh yeah, we just start yelling Batman when we see somebody get up without their mask.
Do you guys have a curfew over there now?
No curfew.
No curfew. Yeah, we have a curfew. 10 o'clock. We have to be home and tucked in bed.
Yeah.
Good news is I looked at my girl. I go, well, I've been, the little guy's gonna be in bed by 8:30, so I've been home by 10. Very frequently I'm not home out of 10. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh well, it's business as usual for us, but. Yeah, they're cutting down on some of that stuff. All right, cool.
Yeah, our numbers are starting to go up though for COVID. So we're kind of nervous right now here in Dallas because they're talking about let's start shutting down or let's start putting in some kind of curfew. But we got a bunch of naysayers that are running the streets right now, and of course they're screaming. Injustice or whatnot because of the trying to stay safe with everybody. But yeah.
Wow.
So
all right. So
how did you pick yours?
So wait a minute. Same process, 180 degrees in both places. So there you go. There's a good Stogie Geek tip for you Stogie Geeks who want to rotate. And Stogie Geeks, if you're out there rotating your stock, invite Drew and I to a watch party. I'd love to watch you guys do that stuff. My process is a little different. Right. I don't rotate stock because they're all in usually a Ziploc bag. Right. if I'm walking around,
so they roll around.
They're all switched around. Even Nelson, he's so funny, right? After the show, sometimes we go next door or we'll go to Churchill's and have a smoke. And he's like, dude, I cannot believe you don't have a travel humidor. I'm like, dude, I have a travel humidor. I don't use it. It's not like I'm not walking around. Whatever's in my travel Ziploc bag is going to be smoked within the next 48 hours. And other than that, I'm grabbing some more. So why would I because people and again, it's all habit, right? They'll walk around with the cigar they're never going to smoke but show people. And I'm like, what the smoke it.
Yeah.
Smoke that now. This is a 2014 Huma-Majiggy cigar. And, this is saved for a special occasion. How about you woke up today? That's a special occasion. You know what I mean? Like, freaking smoke that. And it's like, dude, it's been in the humidor for freaking 2 months. I've been talking to you. Once you're just going to clang around and all that stuff is crazy. Well, you never know if you want to trade with someone or trade cigars. I'd give cigars away. You know what I mean? I'm like Robin Hood sometimes when we get batches of stuff. Now, unfortunately for you, I got to mail them, which takes time and all that stuff. But like, I'm like, I'm like Robin Hood next door. You know what I mean? Like, freaking, hey, try this, try that. You know what I mean?
I'm the same way at my lounge, and then also at home. I got neighbors, and they, Halloween was just passed, and we had some kids come through, and we kind of put the bowl outside, just kind of let them, what do you call that, distance or contactless, grab your candy kind of deal. So we did that, but with my neighbors, they're like, they're coming through, and it's funny because someone goes, "Hey, what about me? Can I get a cigar?" The dad or the uncle. Hey, Drew, can I get a cigar? Hey, sure, hold on, I'll be right back.
Did you hand it to them, or did you throw it? Do the PVC pipe thing? I saw people posting on Facebook.
No, I handed it to them. I handed it to them. I don't want to abuse the cigars. Come on. So
yeah. Did you give them good cigars at least?
Yeah, I gave him some decent cigars. Gave him some Romeo and Julietas.
Yeah,
pretty good cigar.
Did you tell him it was rotated 180 degrees monthly?
No.
One more question. How long does it take you to rotate your stock?
I was going to say, so I only have to do this to at the most 30 cigars. It's 30 cigars for the month that I go through and just rotate. So, and then as I bring a new one in to replace it, because I always do a replacement. As soon as I take it out, I grab another one from the other, from the box and put it in there. And so
that cigar has to have the optimum amount, because the hydrometer wouldn't work if it wasn't.
Right. And and I make sure, because I have the what is that, the prog, what's that thing, that Cigar Medic.
Oh yeah. How's that working for you?
Yeah, I play with that thing still. It's working great. It's doing its job, I guess.
It's doing its job, right? Till the batteries run out.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I will tell you this: that Pardo tool that I bought 2 weeks ago.
Oh, the 3-in-1. Yeah.
Yeah, that when we had Pat on. Oh man, that's one of the best punches I've ever owned. I mean, that's like, wow. That and then it actually, the cigar nub turns into a cigar holder. You flip it upside down or you flip it on its back, and I posted photos on that on our social media, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah. I like it. I want to take some time to talk to you a little bit about the Foundation Goliath, which is up for vote, right?
Yes.
That is a 5x58 Perfecto. It's available in a 25 box count. Make sure you go to all of our social medias and vote for that one.
It's about an $8 stick, huh?
It can be. I don't know. I didn't look. I have a tab. I'm very I have tabs going on in a couple of different shops, and I just like, oh yeah, I try this, try that, and yeah, that's
Well, the Goliath for a box MSRP on the box is $350. So
yep.
And then the David's $300. So yeah, you're about between $8 and $11 a stick. So not too bad.
Yep. I'm telling you, the broadleaf on that will leave you with a connection of passion and intimate pleasure if you vote for it.
Nice.
All right,
but not to be blunt though. People will vote for my LFD Airbender.
Yeah.
They just would, and why? Maybe because it's so good in complexity.
Maybe to answer your question on the chisel, right? I do the same thing. I kind of like chew it a little bit, just a scotch there to get an opening, and you get a real unique experience with the chisel. I've messed around because I hang around with a bunch of older pipe smokers as well. For my other job and for my business, I go to like pipe smoking clubs and stuff like that. It's crazy, man. They got the vest. They're all into it, dude. They got the vest, and it's got like freaking. It's like a fish. To me, it reminds me of like a fisherman's vest. It's got like 3 or 4 or 5, 10 different pockets. You stick. Yeah. It's got fisherman's vest, a smoking vest, and stuff like that. And they got the thing. And I walk in with a pipe that's in my backpack, right? It's thrown in my backpack, and like tins that are rolling around in my tactical backpack. You know what I mean? And like a plastic baggie if it's bulk, right? If I get bulk tobacco, and they're like, you should really get a leather pouch. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, and dude, they get like fired up, like probably more than like Nelson would about my Ziploc bag. Like, they get like, well, you don't know because it could get dry and whatnot. I'm like, well, if it gets dry, I'll just like mix it. You can when I used to own my shop, like we've dealt with some dry tobacco before. You can like respray it and bring it back to life. Well, you gotta make sure you use this optimal water and this and that. Dude, I mess with them so bad. But what I did was they were talking about, because they actually asked me about that cigar, particularly. And they're like, the chisel. Do you know that you could do a bullet to it up through the chisel and make it come out almost like a pipe? And I was like, oh, cool. So I messed around with that. You gotta be careful. You gotta get your thumb, and you gotta go easy. You know what I mean, and whatnot, and then get it through, and then do that there. And I did it. I mean, for me, it was weird because now the smoke channel is kind of going up and down. You know what I mean? But like a pipe, to kind of like mimic a pipe. But dude, they were like, they used to actually, if they felt like cigars, they would go to that cigar because it had a chisel. You know what I mean? And they kind of like, because again, it's like you can tell when you walk into a shop if like they're like really into hardcore pipe tobacco, or if they're really like premium cigar guys, or if they're Jew estate guys, stuff like that. They fit the profile, right? Not that profiling is correct, but
Right. Yeah, I had Lito Gomez. He sent me this kind of like a video snippet of what he does, and so that's how I learned to do that, because he was just like, most people will try to cut it with a device like scissors. I mean, they'll try to cut just to break that seal open. Yep. But that tends to lead to fraying and I mean, it's a pretty thick leaf to begin with, but there will be those fringes, and I that's about the one part I hate about if I cut a cigar incorrectly, or if I cut too much of it when I'm using my guillotine. It just leaves those slivers, and then just throughout my smoking, I'm having stuff stuck in my teeth, or I have to cut it again just to get it out of my way and move forward. So yeah, but yeah, that's that chisel. It's that's a good thing to do with the with using the punch, because you're right, it does. That's just like a pipe. So never thought about that.
No, yeah, they've gotten pretty rowdy with that.
Yeah, I like that.
They've done that. So you could do that there with the bullet and make it there. One of the things I did too is just you take a deep V, but don't deep V it. Just get the tip of the deep V and make a little slit and whatnot. And it's a super cool stick to kind of mess around with and stuff like that there too. Yeah. But I encourage the Stogie Geek listener to check out the artwork on the Goliath by Foundation Cigar and cast your vote. All right. What's the other cigar that made the ballot? Because you have one more and I have one more, and then you'll do one more. Then I'll talk about my process, and then we'll do one more, and then we'll wrap up. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I did the Monte Cristo Espada Escuro Racuso, the 5x54, and we've talked about this on one of our past episodes on we've been smoking. So And yeah, as I said before, this is one of the again another medium to full strength cigar. It's a Nicaraguan puro. The Habano wrapper on this, the squirrel wrapper on this, is very rare. So it's not something that they grow consistently and age. So this is specifically chosen for this cigar and the perfectly aged tobacco. And the smoke is bold, full flavored, and just really strength wise, it's just really there for those of us who like a full body cigar. You're going to experience smooth notes of chocolate, earth, white pepper, cocoa, and hints of fruit, dry fruit. But these are, again, just a dark, delicious. Just the Espada, just for me, it's one of those cigars where if I could probably go through, if I could have this cigar twice a week, I would. I just right now, with all the other cigars that we have that you and I go through, Joe, it's you want to kind of get to everything that's out there and experience it. So, the bandwidth to smoke 2 of these a week would be, it would take away from some of the other things that we're working on, in reviews or just smoking experience, period. So, the cigar itself, it's a champ. There's it's a big stick as far as, as I said, in the full body. This cigar again is a second installment for Espada, for Monte Cristo Espada. They again turned to Plasencia family in Nicaragua to come up with the tobaccos on this, and I'm pretty sure they got into Nestor's private, very private selection in the availability of the tobaccos of this. So they really wanted to get something that was well made, well cured, aged, and just give you that experience that no other cigar out there in this price point was going to give you. But there's a lot more to be said about the cigar. I'll open the floor.
Well, not to encourage the Story Geek listener to vote for the foundation Goliath, but this, trying to be fair, right? I'm trying to be fair. Mm-hmm. Vote Goliath. With being fair, this cigar is interesting to me because it's exciting and new for Monte Cristo. Right? For if you haven't tried it, and you Stogie Geek listeners that are out there, if you haven't tried it, like it's not like it's Monte Cristo, I smoked a bunch of them. That's what I think is so super cool about this industry, is that I guess you could say the boutiques or the newer companies that are out there are forcing, let's face it, Monte Cristo is a staple, right? It's a staple cigar. Most of us have had experience with the Monte Cristo White, right? And then they come up with that Espada series, and it's like the darkest offering that they have, right, for that line. And I think that's interesting because it pushes their boundaries. I'm not saying it pushes their boundaries from a creativity perspective, but it pushes their boundaries to enter into a market share of the consumer who smokes a particular brand that might not fit the profile of how we know classic Monte Cristo. Did that come out right? I think it came out right.
Yeah.
If it didn't come out right, I'm mixing wine with beer here. I'm enjoying both. So, cheers.
No, you hit it on. You hit it on the. You hit the nail on the head.
You know, it's like a revergence, right? And the same thing happened a couple of months ago. Do I have it here? I don't think I have it here. I might have it here. I'm not too sure. Do I have it here? No, I don't have it here. It's in my Ziploc bag on my desk. The Romeo and Julieta collaboration with AJ.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever had that?
I have not had that, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And like, I'm going to go there, right? I have to go there. I couldn't sleep at tonight if I didn't go there, right? Like when your Monte Cristo Espada stretched the boundaries of classic what Monte Cristo is known for. Okay, we agree with that. Yeah. Darkest offering that they have to offer, we agree with that. Okay, like when Romeo and Julieta try to do that Nicaraguan thing by themselves, you know, and I tried to take out the notion of I'm expecting it to taste like a classic Romeo and Julieta, right?
Yeah.
When I had the AJ collaboration Romeo and Julieta, I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just like, you know. And there's some super cool things that come out of the AJ factory, like the Foundation Goliath. You know what I mean? If you want to vote for that, if you want to vote for that on our election board, Drew, you gotta learn how to campaign.
I'm telling you, man.
You're not campaigning here, Drew.
I'm just saying the Monte Cristo Spada Escuro Recurso. It's a big effing deal. It really is.
Woo!
I mean, I'm just telling you right now. I mean, this. If you don't vote for this stick, you know, I mean, you know, it's failure.
Whoa! All right. Now we got some mudslinging going on. If you don't vote for that one, it's failure.
Yeah, it's failure. I mean, you know, it's inevitable. You know, it's like unforgivable. You know.
Gotcha.
Just telling.
Gotcha. So my process of how I came to the sticks before I get to my other stick, and then we'll wrap up. My process was, what do I like, and what am I into, and what do I like? I don't want to. I really hate to say like go to, right? Because like, as we know, I'm not like a go to guy. Like, because people ask me that, like, you know, oh, you're like if they find out from some either the shop owner or something, like, you're the host of Stogie Geeks. Oh, really? You know a lot about cigars? I'm like, I don't know. Oh, sure, right? I'm like, why? And like, well, what's your go-to stick? And I'm like, can you put it in a category? And like, no, like, what's your favorite stick? I'm like, can you put it? Like, what's my favorite, like, freaking, like, I can't live without stick? Or what's my favorite freaking stick for the money? What's my favorite unicorn stick? What's my favorite Cuban? You know?
Yeah.
Of course, I only get them when I travel, but you know, like what's my like? I'm like, oh well, you know, they're like, well, you don't have to make it complicated. I'm like, okay, so my favorite stick. Yeah. Okay, like then they always use the word like, what's your go-to stick? And I'm like, I'm just not a go-to guy. And like, man, you're making it impossible. And these are literal conversations that I have. I'm like, no, I'm not being a ball buster. I'm just asking you, like, what criteria do you want me to use? Because I really truly think, and I believe in my core, like my core, right? Has nothing to do with Stogie Geeks, the show, the platform, any platform. Like my core is like, every stick is special. And every stick has an audience, and it's up for the cigar company or manufacturer, depending on where they are, right, to introduce me to that experience. And that is like what I see here, and I'm in a shop, right? I'm in a brick and mortar, not happening. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like it's not happening. Like, you're coming here to relax and unwind, or because you like smoking cigars or whatnot. But like, are you really into it? And not into it for the camaraderie is great, but into it because it completes you. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Right. And like, or it's a part of you. And some sticks come and go like the wind for me. Some sticks I am all hot and heavy for, and I like salivate. I get that umami, like I want it. And then 3 months later, you're onto something new, right?
Yeah.
I have the freaking, what's the word that was used? Was it Cooliones? What word was used to describe this selection? Cooliones, fortitude, something like that. I have the Cooliones to tie. If it's Cooliones, I had it on top of my head. Been drinking. I'm sorry. Right, freaking. I had the Cooliones to say, like, dude, like that. Those cigars are the ones that stick out for me. Are the ones that like that, because as you know, we try to try something new, we try to get something new, we try to get out there, do our thing, and it's like, okay, it's good, but it's not something I would go back to. But let me tell you something. This next stick, like, I don't think it should run for the Gusto. It's the king. Like, it's the king. And with that, further ado, I want to introduce the Stogie Geek listener, and you can vote for this stick, for the Noel Rojas Blue Bonnet. I love this stick. I love this stick. I order it from Texas. I beg local freaking cigar shop owners to carry it so I don't have to freaking order it from Texas, so they're readily available to me. Drew, you are responsible for that.
I know.
I remember. And I was like, the funniest thing, and since I'm open and honest on this podcast, right? The funniest thing is, here's how the
with
thing
integrity.
With integrity, right?
With integrity.
I called you up and I said, who the hell is this Noel Rojas? And you said, and I quote, dude, you interviewed him on Stogie Geeks. And I was like, oh, yeah. I remember that guy. Dude. And if you followed me around, like, dude, Jersey Shore has nothing on us, like on me and my crew, like nothing, right? It's because we're just like freaking 100 miles an hour trying to do crazy stuff. That's how we roll. But anyway, I'm like, and it was funny because I'm like, who the hell is this Noel Rojas Blue Bonnet? And you're like, dude, you interviewed him on Stogie Geeks, like when you first started Stogie Geeks. I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. So that's the truth. And Noel, I apologize for not remembering you the first time, but shit, I remember you this time. And I want to encourage that Stogie Geek listener, if you are looking for Noel Rojas, just go to Google, type in Underground Smoke Shop in Texas and get yourself some. He'll ship it to you 5-6 days, depending on as to where you live. Super cool. Awesome dude to deal with. I can't wait till we can fly again and I can get my keys down in Texas, because I'm rolling up in there. And, but let me tell you something. This Blue Bonnet, wrapper, Ecuadorian Corojo, Nicaraguan Corojo binder, Nicaraguan Corojo filler. It's available in a bunch of different sizes. Get them all. Because Noel Rojas, category king of small gauge. Yep. He's king of small gauge. And small gauge cigars give you flavor. And if you are just tuning into the show or finding us out or watch Stogie Geeks in the reverse order, type in Noel Rojas, the interview that we did last, or type in the first one too, because that was an interesting interview when I started Stogie Geeks. I might get to that. But I'm like, I absolutely, positively am a fan of this. And it's so crazy that he shipped me some, right? And then I bought some, and he shipped me some, and then I bought some, and we're going back and forth and all that stuff. And I have turned so many local people on. I'm like, dude, try to stick. Right. They're like, you want my go-to? This is my vote. This is what I freaking love. This is what I crave. And I've been on that for 6 months now. You sure have. And I don't know. And just so you know, as we speak, because I carry everything in a Ziploc bag, there's one in studio and it's Johnny's. Because I gave him one. And if I don't get any more soon, I'm going to pirate his shit too. Johnny says no, but I will fight. I don't know what it is, dude. I cannot, like, I order some and I call on the ground and I try to, you know, and I'm like, dude, and they're like, dude, like, you really, like, I'm like, dude, I don't know what it is, man. It just fucking speaks to me. It's crazy. So anyway, Ecuadorian Corojo wrapper, Nicaraguan Corojo binder and filler. It's available in Lancero, Toro, Robusto, Corona, Torpedo, and another size that's 5 and 1/8 by 42. Dude, Stogie Geeks, I'm telling you. And if you think I'm off my rocker on these, email me at joe@stogiegeeks.com. I'd love to hear from you with that there too. But that is on the ballot.
Yes.
And we'll see how many votes that gets. He's a king of small gauge. And it's super freaking tasty. And it's flavor for days. And if you want to get rowdy, smoke them back to back.
And of course, you picked a cigar I can't talk smack about because I love the guy and he's here in my backyard. But not only that, he's a great person.
Whoa. Don't be trying to play nice. If you don't like the cigar, you don't like the cigar.
No, I love the cigar. What are you talking about? Why do you think I turned you onto that cigar? Just remember that, folks.
That's true.
Drew Galvin shares.
But dude,
there's a good cigar out there. I will let you know.
That was the most funniest freaking moment of our off-air conversations that we've had. I mean, we've had some good doozies, but I'm like, who the hell is Noel Rojas? And where did you get these? And you're like, dude, you interviewed him.
Yeah. It was like your second show.
That was my second show was a blur.
Your second show. Hey, one of my constituents there just recently had a birthday, right? Was it not Johnny's birthday this last week? Or?
Yeah, Johnny's birthday was last week. Our producer, the one who makes us look good and sound good and serves me all my liquor while I'm here. As you just heard, I called him my constituent. So I'm counting on his vote and Gustavo's, of course. Gustavo, his trusty assistant. It's like Batman and Robin over there.
Yeah, exactly. So happy birthday, Johnny. I know I told you over on Facebook, but hopefully he went over next door and got a steak on Joe's account as instructed.
Yeah, Johnny, make sure you did that. And Gustavo, I keep feeding him donuts because he needs to eat. Oh, I'm sorry. Johnny fed me donuts. Johnny's like, have some donuts. He gives me in a plate. Like, dude, he takes care of everything here. Like, Johnny and Sam are like the best. Sam takes care of all the administrative stuff, anything production-wise. Johnny, Johnny was the one who actually introduced me to this bottle over here and said, hey, why don't you get in some of this action? I said, all right, I'll have wine and beer. It'll be a great Stogie Geek show.
Well, again, I just want to tell our Stogie Geeks listener, I mean, LaFleur Dominica Airbender, definitely good, great cigar for you to vote on. Why? Because it just is. I mean, as I said, you will enjoy that cigar in your regular rotation. I can't say, like I said, there's nothing bad to say about Noel Rojas. There's nothing bad. I mean, not bad. I shouldn't say the word bad. There's nothing to really debate on it. I mean, that Blue Bonnet cigar, I've had the statement I've had that first, too. And the statement is phenomenal.
Yep.
I mean, it's another phenomenal stick with the Omate tobaccos and whatnot, and then the Blue Bonnet. And now he has the KSG as well. And
I've had that.
And man, they're all great. I think you'll find your favorite for sure will be in the Blue Bonnets because a lot of people here in Texas, we can't even keep them. I mean, as soon as they arrive, they're gone. I mean, that's I know Don over at Underground. I mean, he always is posting something on Facebook like all the piranhas have already come by and gobbled up. And they're gone. Yeah, they're done and gone. And then he's been on that ride for, I'm going to say close to a year now. I mean, Noel, once he put those out there, man, they've just been very consistently a favorite, become a fan favorite fast. I know he's working with, was it Hoy? Edgar Hoyle? They have a collaboration that
that's gonna be super cool.
That I've yet to get my hands on. I believe they're out. I have to look that through.
They're coming, I think, or back. Not about to say back order, but well, because of COVID, the distribution issues and the tobacco is getting the source of the tobaccos. Mm-hmm. But as with a lot of other companies that are having that issue right now with COVID, because I've talked to a few just this past week, and just like the guys that I don't want to call them the boys, but the guys over at my gosh, Texas.
Bradley. I'm talking about Bradley and
Alec and Bradley.
Alec and Bradley, with Kentucky, because we've been waiting for that stick as well.
Yes.
To come through. So,
yes.
Yeah. So that was, again, they were having boxing. I know boxes weren't available. So they,
That's been shipped here in the Northeast. I'm very close to Alec and Bradley. Okay. in a company that's been shipped here in the Northeast. I don't know about Texas. I should start asking because you're there, right? I just mentally forget sometimes. Not that you're there, but you know what I mean. That's been shipped here, and Alec Bradley is coming out with a new stick.
Yes.
No, not the Project 40 Maduro. A new stick that is being created, and I've had samples of it, and I cannot talk about it just yet.
Where's my sample, John?
But it's named after like people from like our hometown, the town I live in, which is freaking crazy. And they're coming out with that. It'll be March. March is what they're saying. So in cigar time, that could be April, May, June, July, right? August, September, right? But yeah. Project 40 is coming out with Maduro. I'm actually rocking this freaking Black Market Esteli.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm on these. At least one a week for sure.
I'm also going to say that if the president has to have a stick, it's going to have to be a big stick, and the Monte Cristo Espada Oscuro Picasso. I think you'll enjoy that.
If the president has to have a stick, it should be a Noel Rojas blue bonnet, and he should say, if his microphone works when he's at his next event, saying, "Hey, that Jose from Stogie Geeks got that shit going on, man." That's what he should say for sure. Drew, one more question before we wrap up in these next couple minutes. Are there any ones that kind of made that were in consideration for the ballot there? And just let's disclose those. And then Stogie Geeks, don't forget, go to stogiegeeks.com/346 and you'll be able to vote, or follow us over there on social media. The ballot is open. It's open for the next 6 days, and you'll be able to get out there and vote for your sticks. Oh, also, Drew, should we have write-ins?
Yeah, we can have some write-ins. That'd be kind of fun.
Okay, sure. So,
that would be fun.
Okay, so Stogie Geeks, if you want to write in a cigar and you get enough votes for that cigar, so encourage your friends to vote for your cigar. In order for the vote, the write-in to be valid, you have to email drew@stogiegeeks.com and me, Joe H, @stogiegeeks.com, in order for us to count that. And I will print them all out and we'll tally that up if you want to write in a cigar. So if you want to write in a cigar that is not on the ballot, that's a fair thing, right? Email both of us, and it'll be counted, and we'll tally those up as well.
Yeah. So my other one was going to be.
Are we doing this popular vote or electoral votes?
We'll do the popular vote.
Okay. Because I was going to say, electoral votes, for every one vote for the Goliath or the Blue Bonnet, you get 5 electoral votes, and the other ones you get 2. Right? Right? So, so the Monte Cristo is 2. Oh, but we're not doing that, right? We're doing the popular vote?
Popular vote.
Okay.
That'd be simple enough, because if we do with the electoral votes, then we'll probably have to get some attorneys involved and make sure that they were, they came from, one IP address per vote.
Right. And if you want to include Nelson at StogieGeeks.com, your vote doesn't count because he's not here on the show.
Yeah, where is Nelson, by the way?
It's his birthday yesterday.
Oh my God! What is he, a princess?
No, he's going away with his family. It's great family time. Okay. That's one thing. That is one thing I admire about Paul, founder of Stogie Geeks, founder of Security Weekly. Family. And,
no, not Paul. I thought we were talking about Nelson.
No, that you're not following the bouncing ball, or I'm drinking too much. Either way, right? But both. Johnny says both, right? No, Paul. We encourage family here at Stogie Geeks. Family, Stogie Geeks, Security Weekly. It's family. It's Nelson's birthday. He's with his family. He told me where he went. He went
Happy birthday,
north
Nelson.
With his family, hanging out. They're doing COVID things, social distancing. They're gonna chill and super cool, and that's that. I spoke to him yesterday. So yesterday was his birthday. So happy birthday to Nelson.
Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought his birthday was earlier in the week.
No, it's a blur. It's all a blur. This whole world is a blur. See, the problem is we admit that the world's a blur, and we just ride the ride. You know what I mean?
Right.
But everybody's trying to control. Control is an illusion. But anyway,
the reason why I was calling him a prince is because some people like to celebrate their birthday for the month. Right.
Well, Drew, we have to wrap up in a minute. So give me the cigar that almost made the ballot, and then we're gonna wrap up, and then I'll give you mine.
Yeah, the Sobremesa Brulee from Steve Soccer.
Yep.
I just knew that would be a landslide, so that's why I didn't pick it. I'm like, you know what? People are gonna be like, yeah.
Right. Okay, so all right, cool. Mine was pretty simple. It was the Eric Espinoza Laranja.
Okay.
Love that stick. In various sizes. I love that stick. I don't know what it is. I just can't. I'm on it.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I am going to wrap up the show, and then I'm going to get a Laranja, and I am going to a cigar shop, and I'm going to meet some more people, and I'm going to get them.
Do the same thing.
I'm going to get that. I'm going to get them to vote for the Noel Rojas or for the Foundation Goliath.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, people are going to vote for my sticks. I already have this feeling in the world that they're just going to come by and vote because these two sticks are phenomenal. I'm not saying your two sticks are not phenomenal, but I'm just saying mine are more phenomenal.
Okay, is there anything that we didn't add in to make it a fair election? I think we're covered, right? We got the write-ins.
Yeah.
Just to review, you write in Drew at StogieGeeks.com, Joe H at StogieGeeks.com for your write-in to be valid. If they outbeat our cigars, then there you go. Follow us on all of the social media. The official ballot has been posted. Or if you just want to go to one central place to make your life easier, StogieGeeks.com/346. And away you go.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. Happy birthday to Nelson. Happy birthday to Johnny.
Happy birthday.
And for all of you Stogie Geeks out there, we encourage you to be safe. Make sure you wear a mask. And remember, we keep the conversation going all week long. Visit StogieGeeks.com, Facebook.com/StogieGeeks. Email all of your complaints to Drew at StogieGeeks.com. I want to remind you, behind every cigar there's a story worth knowing. Get out there and increase your knowledge. Stogie Geeks, we'll see you next time with the results. Peace.